This one is a development coming in from right here in the centre. A big move by the government on the eve of the crucial Supreme Court hearing on same-sex marriage. Remember, the Supreme Court has about 15 or more petitions in front of it on the legalization of same-sex marriage. Now, the centre, the government essentially, has approached the Supreme Court with a fresh set of applications in the petitions regarding the legal recognition for same-sex marriage. Essentially, and this is the important part, the centre has said that granting legal recognition to same-sex marriage is not in the domain of the Supreme Court. That's the argument we've seen the centre make. Let's go over to my colleague Ananya right now for more context on this entire story. Ananya, thank you for joining us. Ananya, we know that this is an issue that the Chief Justice has already called a matter of seminal importance. Can you walk us through what the centre has argued? Then we'll go further and ask you more about what the centre's argument actually means.
Well, it is a seminal issue is what the Chief Justice of India had said when it had actually sent the matter to a 5-judge constitution bench. And remember that it's the Chief Justice of India himself who would be heading this 5-judge constitution bench that is slated to hear the matter tomorrow. But at the same point of time, on the eve of that particular hearing, now Centre has moved an application saying two major things. That number one, that the same-sex marriages and granting legal recognition to the same is something that is not in the domain of the Supreme Court and is a legislative domain and is to be done by the Parliament. Now, the other argument that the Centre is giving is that it has raised questions on the maintainability of the various petitions that have been filed seeking, legal recognition to the same-sex marriages. In its application, Centre says that same-sex marriages cannot be recognized through judicial adjudication. It is in the exclusive domain of the legislature. The Centre also asked the Supreme Court to actually first decide on the maintainability of the petition. It also says that before the issue first decides the petitions can even be heard or not. Same-sex marriage is an urban elitist concept far removed from the social ethos of the country. Is what the central government has told the topmost court of the country. In fact, it has also said that petitioners are advancing urban elitist views, which basically means that the petitioners have not taken the view of the whole India, because remember that India does not only constitute of big cities or urban areas, but has a very, very big rural cover as well, and that has to be taken in mind as well, is what the central government is saying. So definitely a big move coming in, and we have seen how the centre has already opposed the legal recognition, saying that it is against the ethos and the social fabric of the country. And it is also against the Indian family concept. Not only the central government, but various religious groups, including the Jamiyat-e-Ulema Hind, has opposed the legal recognition to the same-sex marriage in the same context, saying that it is against the various personal laws and the various religious texts that are there. So definitely what happens tomorrow is something that we can expect a firework to happen in the topmost court of the country when the matter actually begins to be heard by the 5-judges constitution bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Dhananjay Yashwant Chanchud.
Okay, Ananya, thank you for joining us and bringing us that context. Ananya is our legal correspondent. Remember, tomorrow India's Supreme Court is going to start hearing final arguments on a number of petitions seeking to legalize same-sex marriage across the country. It's time right now for a short break. On the other side, more of the country's top stories. This is the Breaking News Show.